for the final World Aquatics Water Polo World Cup. It's time for our second day in the Italy as they take on Spain. I'd like to start our afternoon by welcoming to today our referees for this contest, Ms. Martini and Ms. Lucida. Our delegates to this game are Mr. Kubota and Mr. Buddy. And now we'd like to welcome our team to the contest today. Wearing guard cap is the team from Italy. And now wearing the white cap, give a round of applause for our team from Spain. Please have everyone stand and remove your caps as we play the national anthem of our community country. We'll be starting with the national anthem for Italy. national anthem for Spain. Good luck as you cross to your benches. You have 5 minutes of game time.
The writer for Aquatics is the Microsoft link that results usually. Microsoft. Yeah, that's what he called it. Oh, Micro Plus. Micro Plus, yeah. I thought of it covered. Go to the USA Water Polo. Okay. All cup pages. Sounds good.
Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Long Beach, California for continuing coverage of the World Aquatics Women's Water Polo World Cup. The former USA national teamer Cody Roberts, Greg Meskel here with you as we continue on the second of 4 matches today. And Cody, another good one on the way. Classic battle of 2 powers from Europe as we have Spain taking on Italy not long after Hungary down Greece 20-13. And we were talking before we came on the air, you look at both of these rosters, and especially Spain, it is a lot of familiar faces. They've been able to keep a strong nucleus together.
Yeah, it really speaks to their experience. They have a lot of girls who've played together for a long time, and that is just key, and it's something that you can't teach, right? Chemistry just comes with time and experience, so they're going to be a really tough team for anyone they come across this weekend.
What has traditionally made Spain so difficult? Not just obviously their continuity, but the way they play water polo.
First thing that comes to mind is their center play. They have arguably 2 of the best centers in the world as number 1 and number 2, so that second center would be starting on any other team, I believe, in the world. So working for their centers, really difficult to stop. And then the other word that comes to mind is just crafty. They're very savvy with the ball. They know each other, like I said before, the ins and outs of how they play, where they like the ball passed, where they like to shoot from, things like that, that just, again, you can't teach that.
So a veteran Spanish squad under the leadership of a veteran coach in Mikioka. You see them here in the white caps getting ready.
And we'd like to introduce our players today. In the dark caps, we have Team Italy. Number 1, Sabina Codarelli. Number 2, Chiara Savani. Number 3, Giudita Caracci. Number 4, Silvia Avegno. Number 5, Sofia Giustini. Number 6, Daphne Bettini. Number 7, Domattia Picosi. Number 8, Roberta Bianconi. Number 9, in the captain, Natalia Palmieri. Number 10, Claudia Barnetta. Number 11, Agnese Cocchietti. Number 12, Julia Vicava. And number 13, Caterina Bacchelli. Most recently, we have Carlo Silva. He's assisted by Cosumino de Checa, Elena Gigli, and Valerio Viena. And in the white cap, for Team Spain, number 1, Laura Escaramos. Number 2, Paula Rodriguez. Number 3, Ani Espar Lerquet. Number 4, B. Ortiz. Number 5, Nona Perez Rivas. Number 6, Paula Crespi Padilla. Number 7, Elena Ruiz Panel. Number 8, Ariana Ruiz Panel. Number 9, Judith Porca Ariza. Number 10, Carla Camus. Number 11, Aika Garcia Cador. Number 12, Paula Nathan Arones. And number 13, Martina Teddy. And Team Spain is coached by Mikioka, assisted by Jordan Balls and Angel Andrea.
Our public address announcer, Mark Cousineau, taking us through the lineups here as you look at Spain. And we saw previously Italy under the guidance of Carlo Silva and that group, again, they've also kept some familiar faces together over a number of years, and it's what makes these teams so strong, so difficult to eliminate in tournaments like this. They have that continuity, and it's why they're always a favorite for a medal.
Absolutely.
There's a look at the Italian bench. The officials in this one, from Hungary, Ms. Varconi, and from the Netherlands, Ms. Gutil. And what's super cool about this tournament, it is a women's water polo tournament, but many of the officials are women, representing, of course, competing countries, but also some neutral referees as well. And great to see the expansion of big-time opportunities for more female referees here at the Women's Water Polo World Cup. As we are set to get this one underway, you've got Spain in the white caps, Italy in the blue. Second of 4 quarterfinal matches as these two get ready to square off. They met in Athens during the qualification round. That was a 13-9 win for Spain over Italy. Claudia Marletta with 4 goals. Italy, not that long ago, they were bronze medalists at the European Championship. So we've set the table for this one. And just about ready to get underway. And on a beautiful day in Long Beach, California, thanks to all of our viewers joining us from around the world. This is in the southern part of California on the west coast of the United States. Not too far from Los Angeles here in Long Beach. And the opening sprint is underway. And getting there first is Spain. They will control, and Bia Ortiz will hang on to get us underway. Ortiz, here's Elena Ruiz. Looking in at 2 meters, you mentioned the 2 meter play. That's Micah Garcia. As tough as they come in front of the cage. Shot clock to 3, and Italy doing the job here defensively. That'll be an offensive. Garcia with a push off to try and break free, and it's back to Italy for their first look. Domatia Picozzi moving in now. The right-hander will give a look. Now working out high to Bianconi. Looking for 2 meters behind the head. I like the idea, but ready and waiting was Martina Tede, the keeper for Spain. Sometimes the centers have to get rid of that ball any way they can. It was like a trick shot basketball there behind the head. And we'll see our first power play. And now a penalty. So it looks as if they're going to rule interference on the excluded player. So Picozzi was excluded, and then on her way out interfered with play, and so that's a penalty call. And now a 5 meter coming for Spain. This is obviously much to the dismay of Coach Sillipo. He's voicing his disagreement. Looks as if on the way out, kind of drifted near play, and they ruled interference there. When you're excluded, you have got to leave the field of play in a timely fashion. You have to stay away from what's happening. And that's a 5 meter. Elena Ruiz able to convert there.
That's a tough start for number 7 here. You
Yeah.
have 2 quick fouls when your best player is starting out in the game. That's not who you want to be sitting on the bench right now.
Domatia Picozzi, as you said, knows this squad well, born in '98, and now she finds herself quickly saddled with 2 fouls, and we are not even 2 minutes deep into this first quarter. The exclusion on this end. Italy going to get their first try. Offensive. So frustrating for coaches to draw the 6-on-5 opportunity, and then you have to just turn the heat down. And they stay over aggressive, commit the turnover. Now on this end, that is pretty stuff another freeze in a matter of moments. This time on the counter, takes her defender for a ride and buries it.
Bit of a rough start here for Italy. You don't want to have the advantage on offense. You have a 6-on-5. You obviously want to score that, but the last thing you want to do is allow a 2-on-1 going the other way. It makes things really tough.
That's what you always wonder, too, in a big competition like this, even with veteran squads, a little bit of nerves to kind of get into the game. You draw the 6-on-5, you don't have to then be so over-aggressive. Let that power play unfold.
For sure.
An exclusion again, so Italy will get another opportunity after they were halted. That was tipped out. Good save there from Tede. And the power play continues here for Italy. Daphne Bettini controlling. Right-hander here at the 2-meter line. Good passing. Had a look, didn't like it. Here's an opening, cross cage, and just off the mark, it skims out of the water. That was the right shot. The angle opened up, but just off the mark. So Italy 0 for 2 to start here on the 6-on-5. Live stats available as a reminder, courtesy of Micro Plus Timing. You can head to worldaquatics.com or usawaterpolo.org to access the live stat link. Shot clock to 10. Spain looking to go in front by 3 early. They won't get the chance this time. That was an offensive against Paula Leighton. We talked about the dynamic center play of Spain, Leighton and Garcia, that 1-2 punch or 2-1, however you want to line them up, but they are so difficult to deal with, a little over aggressive there.
Yeah, in the beginning of these games, you can see these players making super aggressive moves, in some ways testing the referees to see how much they can get away with. They're calling it pretty tight, it looks like, so far, so they're going to have to clean up their game a little bit if they're going to want to avoid those offensive fouls.
Yeah, you're spot on. Doesn't seem like they're having much leeway to work with.
No.
Tede comes up with a steal. A look at the exasperation on the face there of Valeria Palmieri, the center for Italy, who she wanted a call and didn't happen for the captain.
And she sends it over to Ortiz. And Spain with a live sub.
Lifetime change here for Spain as they cruise in along 2 meters. Shot clock to 9 and wave it off inside the 2 without the ball is the call now against Garcia. Just an ordinary. Coming up on the halfway point of this first quarter.
Steve takes the pass as Palmieri works in center court. This time Esbar on defense.
A look back inside for Palmieri. Instead, they try outside, and again, an offensive foul. And Cody had talked about it just moments ago, but the officials are setting their tone that it is not going to be a very physical experience at 2 meters, at least to start.
Yeah, they're trying to make a statement saying this is not, we're not going to let this happen throughout the game. So the players have to adjust, and the coaches have to adjust.
Under 4 to play here in the first.
Sends it down line.
Shot clock to 8.
Over.
Tipped out. Save is made there. Caterina Bancelli discards that one out of play for Italy.
Back in action. Squeeze that up.
New life on offense here after the tip out. Nothing available in at 2 meters. Italy doing a nice job really blanketing any entry inside, and instead it results in a difficult shot there from Annie Espar, wide of the cage. Working near side now. Coming up on 3 minutes to play, first quarter. Trying to go back inside. Here comes the pass. Stepping to it and drawing the opportunity. Judita Gallardi in at 2 meters. Setting up that chance. Working hard. Buried among a variety of white caps. And the third try on the power play here for Italy. Looking to break through. Again, difficult angle there. drifting inside 2 meters on the try from Bianconi, and that was deflected and off the post. Offensive. Another contra foul. We have seen a ton of those here in this opening quarter.
And those offensive fouls are so dangerous because they come almost unexpectedly unless you're staring at your teammate who drew the offensive. So it can lead to one-on-nobodies, counterattack opportunities.
In this case, leads to Italy. Sofia Giustini able to convert, and finally Italy breaking through with their first goal, trailing now 2-1. Well, it's funny too, if you watched our first game, high scoring affair, a lot of exclusions, everything the offensive players were doing, not to say there were no contra fouls, but they were being rewarded for all that energy. In this case, you're seeing a lot of turnovers.
Yes.
There's a look at Giustini with the first for Italy. Quarterfinal play here at the World Aquatics World Cup. Team USA and Israel to follow. New Zealand and the Netherlands to close things out this evening. Under 2 minutes to go. First quarter. Shot clock to 4. Let it fly. Field block, rebound right to Espar. And they can regroup. Less than 90 seconds to play in this first quarter. That pass just off the hand. Uncharacteristic error there from Spain. That was just off the hand of Nona Perez. .110.
You can see Spain in their typical soft press. Ooh, nice move.
They quickly crash down the exclusion and the 6-on-5. Italy 0 for 3. Fourth opportunity on the way. Under a minute to play now in the first quarter. From the outside, wind it up and drill it. Claudia Marletta. And that ties things up in this one. Italy breaking through previously with their first goal. Now their first power play. They've tied this at 2. And they just stayed the course. They looked a little out of sorts early, but Italy now has started to find a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah. I feel like the deeper you get into a game, the more patient you get with the ball, and you settle in a little bit to what you know what you're supposed to be doing. So hopefully the nerves are shaken off a bit, and now we're going to get into it.
Marco the ball, let's put it in the captain right there. Let's go to pass and another ordinary foul.
40 seconds left. A lot of fakes on the outside. Shot clock to 13. That glances off the bar. On the attempt from the outside there from Bia Ortiz. Shot clock, game clock just about even as we come towards the end of the first. Marletta had the goal previously. They try and dump that inside. Spain with the tip away. Just 3 seconds left. Garcia will let it go, and that will skim out of play. And that is all for the opening quarter here between Spain and Italy. It was Spain up early 2-0. Italy has come back with 2 straight. The last from Claudia Marletta, and we are even. After 1, we'll return to Long Beach after this timeout.
Vale, chicas. En defensa estamos bien, seguimos trabajando igual. En ataque no estamos apurando el espacio, estamos pasando la pelota demasiado rápida sin que ellas lleguen a abrirse, y si no se abren vamos a ganar espacio para adentro y al final lanzamos, ¿de acuerdo? están muy cerradas atrás, no nos están dejando jugar con la boya y las instrucciones que les está dando él es la de no salir, no salir. Por lo tanto, circulando bien el balón, atacando el espacio, moviéndonos verticalmente y lateralmente para superar el brazo, ¿de acuerdo? Y solo superando el brazo ya va para adentro el balón, ¿vale? Así que vamos a trabajar bien este ataque al espacio, buenos pases a la mano y superando el brazo para adentro. ¿Ok, chicas? Venga, vamos.
Pass goes down, that's Reese. Works through the cage.
Some of the action from
And slams it in for the goal. Number 7.
Italy and Spain. And we talked about the physical play, Cody, earlier, and how different it was from
Arletta winds up, finds the back of the net.
calling it. What's interesting too is our last game, so many goals. This one feels like a little bit of a tighter defensive battle early.
Yeah, it's going to really come down to, like I said in the first game, 6-on-5 play is really where games are won and lost. So focusing on that and then really capitalizing on these opportunities. If you get a 6-on-5, if you get a penalty.
Brings on, say, Reese in the middle. And Escar gets there first.
How do you think Italy adjusted over the last part of that first quarter? They seemed a little out of sorts to start, then kind of found their groove.
Yeah, I think especially at this level, you can hear how much chatter goes on in the water. They're really, really good at communicating, and I think it was a little quieter towards the beginning of that first quarter. So hopefully they're on the same page coming into the second.
Spain controls to start our second quarter. 2-meter players have been neutralized early here for Spain. It doesn't matter this time down because from the outside, Bia Ortiz makes it rain. And Spain, they now halt that 2-goal run from Italy. They get back in front with a 3-2 edge.
Beautiful catch and shoot there.
This Spanish national team, well-versed in the European club system. So many of these athletes play for a lot of the top clubs, especially in Spain. There's a turnover, and it works back to Spain. A lot of the top U.S. athletes will go and play for some of the great Spanish clubs as well, Cien Sabadell, San Andrew, among others. And they often team up with these Spanish athletes and then have to change caps and go against each other. It's always fun to see Team USA and Spain get together. We'll see how the weekend unfolds. From the outside, one of those players we're talking about, Drew to the Forca, the lefty, lets it rip, and that's 2 straight from Spain.
Spain is definitely a pick your poison kind of team. They have such strong center play, so you want to take that away, but also you leave them with too much time on the outside and they can really rip it. So it's a tough task to approach here for this Italian team.
We talked about clubs. Forca, one of those athletes playing for Cien Sabadell, teaming up with the likes of Mikey Garcia on her Spanish national team, but also Maggie Steffens, among others. 6:42 to go, just getting started here in this second quarter. That shot goes wide. You really saw physical play there at 2 meters. You could see the hips of Ortiz out of the water. She was trying to battle for position in at 2 meters.
Cross pass. Escar not down to the wing. Leighton in at center forward. She's working against the body.
Forca moving in once again. Shot clock to 5. Just losing the handle. That one slipped right away. That was Ariadna Ruiz, just unable to hang on.
And Justina will bring it into the front court. Now we have Pucchietti in at
Good cross pass, a little shovel inside. Here's the turn and an exclusion. And that was Cocchieri earning that opportunity for Italy. They'll get their 5th try as Ortiz swims off with 5:40 to play in the first half. Field block, Forca, right back into the hands of the shooter, in this case, Aveno. Back to Aveno in the 4-cap. She'll let it fly, and Tere, the rebound, Tere again. 2 excellent saves inside from the Spanish keeper. The second right on the front doorstep, turning away Chiara Tabani.
No easy goals here.
And that is tough for the keeper in close proximity there to make those stops. Italy still on offense, and they'll go a little longer. So they had an exclusion. That came to a close. They've now got another exclusion going here. That's how long they've been on offense. Mikioka disagrees, but Italy will play on. A bobble and a takeaway. And something developing here for Spain. If they can turn on the afterburners here, a 2-on-1 forming. They kill off the power play. Ruiz dishes weak side. Penalty. Shoveled it across the way, Ruiz to Ruiz. And then from behind, Aveno trying to play catch up, gives the penalty. And this will set up a 5-meter try for Judith Forca. Left-hander getting in position. Rockets it off the frame of the cage and in. So that's 2 from the 5-meter line for Spain, and they had taken what was a 2-2 game after one, and it quickly made it 5-2.
Yeah, credit to Spain on that last possession. They played about 45 seconds of defense there. That was a lot of shots to be deflecting, and to finish off with a steal leading to a counterattack, that's about as good as it gets.
You bring up such a good point, because I was thinking at it from the other angle. If you're Italy, what frustration. You've been on offense forever and you don't get a goal. But a testament to that Spanish defense. Shot clock to 10. Ball in, tipped away, and stolen. Good help. Well, nothing has come easy, as you said, and then nothing has come easy for either 2-meter players. They have just been surrounded.
They're doing a good job of drawing the defenders, though. They really, that's sort of their job. If they're not going to get the ball as a center, they need to be commanding the attention of not only their defender, but everybody else's.
You saw it exactly there as Garcia got into position. The Italian perimeter defenders had to think twice about where they were positioned. That shot's off the bar. The long rebound out to Bettini on the break. Shot clock to 10. Under 3.5 to play, first half. Lob try. Pretty stuff from the veteran, Roberta Bianconi. And stops this Spanish run at 3 goals as Bianconi delivers the changeup to get Italy back in the mix. See these shots sometimes, Cody, you know they're just the byproduct of thousands and thousands of games and shots. Knows exactly where to put it.
Yeah, a lot of times the lob comes from the setup. It's not necessarily the shot. She sold the hard shot and just lofted it into the opposite side of the cage. Some pretty water polo there.
Timer to 6. Under 3 to go, first half. A knockdown, looking for the call, and they're not giving it. That was Paula Prats Rodriguez. She dropped that ball, waited for a whistle to come, and never did. Official told her, hey, play on. And Italy stepped in for a takeaway. in transition. They had a look, they wanted a different one. It was outside of the goal on that attempt from Aveno.
Great idea, though. You have the ball up at 5 meters center cage, throw a huge fake. Everyone's going to jump to you, and then a quick little layup to your teammate at 1. But
the exclusion. Spain right in front, big save. Bancelli denies that. Spain still on the attack, just their second power play. They're 0 for 1 thus far, 2:12 to go, first half. The passing, everything but the finish. They tried to work that inside again to Prats Rodriguez, and pressure from behind, she couldn't hang on.
Something a little not typical is having a left-handed player playing that 2-post. It provides an option that usually isn't there, a strong side catch and shoot from pass from 1.
1:45. Approaching halftime, and an offensive. Palmetti back in and whistled for the offensive foul. Lifetime sub here for Spain. They'll get fresh bodies in as Paolo Leighton is on. And Garcia can take a breather with less than 90 seconds to go in the first half. Lob on this try. Forca can't fool the defense. That one is up and away over the top. Looking for 2 meters. That pass died on the water, but before the steal, it is the kick out against Spain. This will go against Prats Rodriguez. It's the 7th power play for Italy, just 1 for 6, however. They're doing a great job drawing the chances, just can't make them count. You're under a minute to go. First half play. Look away, cross cage, off the post and in. Power play is there for Italy. And they crawl back to within 1. This Italy team, they are not going to give up. They got down 2, they got down 3 on the comeback trail once more. And that was Domatia Picozzi, who you remember carried those 2 fouls early. She's back in, has to play smart, and comes up with a big goal.
Yeah, they're happy to have her back in the water. Gonna have to help her on defense. I think if I'm Spain, I'm looking to either post her up or get into her on the counterattack, try to get that 3rd foul as early as possible.
Coming up on halftime. Shot clock to 10.
Spain keeping the ball on top.
Keeping it on the perimeter, looking for an option. It's Esbar with 3, steps into it. And Annie Esbar, the right-hander from distance, puts Spain back ahead by 2. The former USC Trojan was able to step into a lane and drill it.
Speaking of one of the players who communicates the most in the water, you can watch her and see everybody kind of looks to her for that, I don't know, that inspiration or what they're supposed to do next. She's like the coach in the water for them.
A veteran on this team. Every team has that glue person that the rest of the group is kind of confident to look at, right? Just 3 seconds left, and with it an exclusion. Italy looks like they might hang on for the second half, and they will do exactly that. So Italy, they will try and win the sprint to start the 3rd and keep this power play going, their 8th opportunity after the exclusion on Paola Camus. In the meantime, we have reached the break here in Long Beach. Good seesaw battle. Spain in front 6-4 now. They jumped out early, 2-0. Italy battled back, tied it up at 2. Spain went in front by 3. Italy's been chasing the game since. Spain in front 6-4 at the break, thanks to 3 big goals from number 7, Elena Ruiz. We will take a break ourselves, come back with the second half here from Long Beach, California.
hands up, fires the lob, and nailed. Daniel takes the pass. Zeskar walks it in one. As our players come out of the third period, we'll have Claudio Morales facing off against Ania Espada.
Second half about to begin here in Long Beach. Cody Roberts and Greg Meskel here with you. Spain leading Italy. This is quarterfinal action. Hungary already through the semifinals. Spain in front by 2. We've got Team USA and Israel coming up next. New Zealand and the Netherlands to close things out tonight as we work through our first day of competition. And how about Spain making the move to cancel out that potential power play? Italy had to win it to keep 6-on-5 going in this third quarter. Spain gets there first, and now Italy falls to 2 for 8 on the advantage. I always imagine the defense finds another gear on the sprints. When they know there's a 6-on-5 at stake, you just probably swim a little bit harder.
Yeah. Everyone's looking at you to win, even more than usual.
6-on-5 for Spain now. Their chances have been limited, just their third try. Forca gives off. Along 2 meters now. At about 4 on the shot clock, and make it count from distance. From about 5.5 meters, that's Elena Ruiz. She has 3. And Spain has their first power play connect.
You can see how quickly they move the ball around. The ball rarely touches the water on a 6-on-5, and just the speed at which they're passing makes it difficult for the defense and especially the goalie.
I always use that as an example. If someone asks, well, what's the difference between a high school water polo match or even a good college game and the most elite level? And it's on a 6-on-5, the ball doesn't hit the water.
Yep.
If the teams are doing it the way they want.
Mm-hmm.
Inside here, wave off the backhand, a whistle, and oh, Italy wishing they were allowed to just play on, but instead the ordinary was given. All Coach Silipo could do is just smile. That was the first thing, I think, all game we've seen out of 2 meters where a center was actually able to catch and do something with the ball, and it was a foul. Long rebound now, and shot clock to 20. We have a clock issue here. They reset to 20, but then it didn't start counting down, so they'll pull the ball out to try and correct this error. Our officials checking in with the scores table. Shot clock is at 30. Normally, of course, resets to 20 on offensive rebounds, and it did go back to 20, but then it didn't move. And Mickey Oka, the coach for Spain, keeping a close eye on things immediately, signaling to the referees.
She shoot. What 5 seconds? 2 seconds is more.
This tournament also with VAR capabilities. This, of course, not that sort of situation, but a nice addition to water polo, seeing the review capabilities become available at more and more events. Exclusion. Layden out. Italy on the attack, down 3. Timer to 6, Italy's got to go. Ball on the water with 1, just about out of time, and they don't get a shot off, and that is a stellar defensive performance by Spain. Player down, they force a shot clock violation. If you're the offensive team in that, are you almost in disbelief you don't get a shot off on a power play?
Yeah, I mean, Spain did a great job. Everyone who touched that ball had less than a second to make a decision of what they wanted to do with it, so they were just moving really well.
That deflection is hauled in by the keeper, Bancelli. Puts up the stop sign here and tries to get her offense aligned.
Italy had a huge counterattack advantage there coming out of the center, but they weren't able to get the ball out quick enough to capitalize on it. You can see the frustration.
And now down to 3 on their shot clock, although they will get longer life on offense as an exclusion is called against Spain. So that's Paul Camus going off, and power plate number 10 on the way for Italy. Italy will call for time, and we'll get a chance to listen into the huddle here with Coach Sillipo.
Villa Giuditta. Facciamo ragazzi, facciamo 41. 41 fatto bene in 3-3. Claudia si mette a posizione 3, tu a posizione 4, a posizione 1 Sofia, a posizione 2 Roberta. Ok, Roberta, tu a 2.
Ok, vai Robby, vai forza ragazzi!
Timeout complete. Italy ready on their 6-on-5, 2 for 9 thus far. Spain just 1 for 3, but they have converted on 2 penalty shots as well. Italy trying once again to dig out of a hole. They were down 2-0. They were down 3 previously, clawed back to within 1, trying to do it again here on the advantage. That is a tough angle, and it is shut down on that near side post by Tede. Right-hander inside 2 meters, almost touching the end line. That is going to take some kind of precision accuracy to get in. And then the kick out against Italy. That's Avenio going off, and a 6-on-5 now for Spain. So they have a chance for a little bit of a 2-goal swing here. Stopping Italy on one end and a chance to convert down this side, but they won't happen in close as Bancelli with the stuff.
Being able to go inside the 2-meter line is such an interesting turn to this game because you feel so open, but the angle is just not great down there. So it's a really hard goal to score.
Like an oasis in the desert, you think you see something, or a mirage rather, you think you see something, it's not there.
Yeah.
Up high and away. I feel for the referees who now have to keep an eye on another piece of water and see if someone is inside 2, but are they inside that part of the 2 meters?
Yeah, that is very difficult, especially from the angle of the side of the pool.
Shot clock to 10, the turn inside, keeper out, Bancelli coming over to cut off the angle for Espar. And the Italians will take control. We're halfway through this 3rd quarter, with Italy trailing by 3. Claudia Marletta. Now Bianconi. Shot clock to 10. A knockdown. There's the ordinary. Bettini can regroup. Timer to 1. That's deflected off the bar. Was again looking to draw a call there. Didn't get it initially, then got a foul, but her shot try was tipped away. Good defense from Tere.
Both teams playing this soft press. It's really interesting because it's like everybody's open, but nobody's open. And you don't necessarily know if you can force it into center or if you have enough space to shoot. And that's the goal of that defense.
That was a beautiful outlet pass in transition now. Italy inside, up top, the lob, reaching back for it and making the save is Tere, turning away that try from Bettini in close. She had a lot of water to work with, and then the defense caught up to her.
And Italy's typically known for their counterattack, and it usually comes into play in the second half once teams start getting tired. So I think we're going to see a lot of that in the rest of this quarter and in the fourth.
And here's the turnover, leading to kind of a secondary break opportunity here. Bettini again leading, goes across the way, beautiful fake, but the lob is too high from Tabani. With 2:04 to play in the third. The exclusion on Italy. Palmetti going off for the Italians. Spain starting to pick up their chances now on the advantage. This is their 5th power play, 1 for 4 so far. Looking inside, double post threat here from Spain. They don't need it because from the outside, it's pure heat from Bia Ortiz. Spain has their second 6-on-5 goal, and they add another to the scoreboard.
It's interesting seeing all of these ejections. I think out of all the ejections drawn by the centers on both teams, only one of them they've actually had the ball. It's been off the ball ejections, which it just comes and speaks to their experience. You can really make something out of nothing if you are engaging with your defender, and especially on that counterattack.
And on that last possession, and you've hit on the idea of the centers just drawing so much attention. Garcia and Leighton just camped out, double post look. They don't ever have to even touch the ball to then open up a lane for that outside shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on 90 seconds to play here, third quarter. Heavy ordinary. That pass flies inside, and that was a beautiful entry and good work on the interior from Cocchieri. Can Italy take advantage of the power play? The answer is yes. On the bounce, Sofia Giustini. That's her second.
That's a smart shot. They're getting a shot off before they're able to get into that split defense that they've been having, or that Italy's been having a hard time scoring against. Spain didn't really look ready on that play.
Caught him off guard, able to convert. Now for Italy, the challenge here has been, can you couple offense with some defense and try and slow the Spanish team down? Good battle here at 2 meters. In the meantime, Prats Rodriguez looking for a chance. That pass at the last second looked like a steal, but an exclusion is the call. Italy thought they were about to be off to the races. Instead, 6-on-5 for Spain. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Difficult dish and an even more challenging release, and finally they get it into Paola Leighton. One of the two powerful centers has some room to operate and steps out and shows her versatility. That's not simple, to make a pass in close proximity like that and then to have her turn and score.
Yeah, I think they've practiced that one once or twice.
5.
And a country foul.
And now an offensive.
32 seconds in the third period.
Espar casually brings it into the front court. Just about 2 seconds separating the shot and the game clock. From the outside, Ortiz gives a look. With 3 on the skip. Bancelli rebound with 2. Spain looking for one more chance. Catch and release, one time. Back-to-back goals for Paola Layton from right around the same spot. She had to be even quicker this time. Gets it off and away with less than a second to go in this third quarter. And that one is out of play to close out this third quarter. Paola Layton 2 goals late, and Spain takes their largest lead, expanding to a 10-5 advantage now, as they have multiple players involved in the offensive end, and they have put themselves in great shape to punch their ticket to the semifinal round. We'll step aside.
Che stava davanti alla porta. Qui c'era Chiara al centro boa frontale. E quindi dove esci? Devi uscire quando il centroboa è girato verso la porta e quindi diventi tu primo difensore. Ma se il centroboa è alto e c'è Chiara dietro, non ha senso uscire. Ragazzi, mettiamoci un poco più di qualità nel tiro, ragazzi, anche se siamo stanche, anzi sicuramente siete stanche, non ragionate troppo, nel senso che comunque se non avete la forza nelle gambe per fare una finta, non tirate poi quando state scariche, Chiara. Daphne, non andare a prendere il rigore. C'è il 3 contro 2 pulito, sei andata lì, sei andata soltanto a cercare il rigore. C'era Valera che stava arrivando da dietro, si mette la palla in porta. Ragazzi, sono tutte situazioni che stiamo sbagliando per mancanza di lucidità, ma anche di cattiveria. È una partita questa qua che potevamo recuperare, perché questi 2 gol qua sono stati regalati, gli ultimi 2 gol. A iniziare dal controfallo tu a 35 secondi, Agnese. Fatto controfallo tu, 35 secondi, ora 35 secondi, ora che abbiamo preso gol, 35 secondi, la palla deve morire in mano a noi, ti sei messa a fare la lotta, vai là, stai tranquilla, non lavorare con le mani su di lei, ti sta aspettando dietro, lavora di schiena. Beh ragazzi, però possiamo ragazzi, con queste venite qua. Con queste regole 5 gol si possono recuperare, è anche un test importante questo. Crediamoci, non ci abbattiamo, facciamo un pressing un poco più alto. Quando chiamiamo a zona una zona più dinamica cerchiamo di portare qualche punto.
Fourth quarter on tap here in Long Beach. Thanks for joining us on this quarterfinal Friday, the World Aquatics Women's Water Polo World Cup. Spain in control over Italy in front 10-5. We've got Team USA and Israel coming up at 5 p.m. local time. And we'll close things out tonight with New Zealand and the Netherlands. So Cody, we look at Italy here in this fourth quarter. 8 minutes left, 5 goals, not insurmountable, difficult to battle back. They've shown the ability to kind of claw back in. What's missing here from a sustainability standpoint for them?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the score right now isn't indicative of how close this game is, so it's interesting that they're out of 5-goal deficit at this point. But if anyone is able to score quick goals, it's this team. So I think they're going to go to their bread and butter, which is their counterattack, and really try to put the pressure on Spain to play some defense here.
You bring up a good point as far as the score not feeling representative of the game, and this is nothing against those 2 great goals we just saw from Layton, but they came so quickly, and at the end of the quarter, it almost feels like, wow, it's a 5-goal difference now. It kind of snuck up on Italy, certainly. And now things going a little bit from bad to worse here. An exclusion and a power play here for Spain after Italy lost the opening sprint on the ball under. And then the Spaniards waste no time. Put another one home, this time for Paula Prats Rodriguez. And you hit on it, that's an unlikely person to be at 2 meters on the post, the lefty.
It's not typically where you see the shot coming from or the pass to be looking for them.
On this side, keeper out, aggressive from Tede. She has been stellar in this one.
We talked about making these center entry passes perfect on the hand. That one skipped a little bit further away from where it was supposed to go, and you're not going to get rewarded for that. So it's really a game of inches here.
Tede officially credited with 4 saves. Feels like she has more than that with the way she's played in the cage. In the meantime, 2 seconds, and with 1 heartbreak for the Italian defense, that's an exclusion. 8th power play for Spain. They're 3 for 7 so far. Esbar, probably not the shot she wanted. That was right into the goalie's arms and maybe a little bit lost the handle on the ball there. Sides come even now with 6.5 to play in the 4th. The exclusion called.
Nobody knows. Oh, there it is.
Took a moment to figure out who that was, and it is number 11 going off. That's Micah Garcia. Deflection and a field block. The defense from Spain does the work as they now hold Italy to 3 for 12 on the 6-on-5. All part of this 11-5 lead they have with 5:49 to go in the 4th. Timer to 6. Save is made. Bancelli.
Here's that counterattack we were talking about earlier.
Can they make something out of it? Bancelli, 4 saves, by the way, in cage for Italy.
Puts the ball on top. She's working against that.
Ordinary called with 7 on the timer from distance and ranging left. Tede has another stop. So starting to get that to that point in time now where Italy is out of time, down 11-5 with under 5 to go. Spain could start to look to find their way out of the game. This is an ordinary, this is a chance for a shot. Ortiz, however, they ruled she was inside 6. Looked as if she was beyond 6 meters when she took that shot, but either way they deny the attempt. It didn't go in regardless. Timer to 10. Looking inside, nothing there. Shot clock about to expire, and again the suffocating defense from this Spanish squad. Nothing happening easy for Italy, and they turn it over again. We've seen obviously some great offensive moves here from Spain, but if this holds, this is going to go down as a textbook defensive, suffocating effort from the Spaniards.
100%. I mean, you're keeping Italy to 5 goals in the 4th quarter. That's a feat in itself.
A little too much bounce on that try from Ariadna Ruiz.
Captain Matiti, get down to the Nordic and have a ticket.
Wind picking up here in Long Beach. See the flags blowing, ripples on the water as we come up on 3:30 to go in the fourth. Pass comes in, and in the nick of time, it's an exclusion. Italy will get a chance here as Cocchieri sets up shop and draws the exclusion on Prats Rodriguez. That will lead to a timeout called by Italy as they have their 13th power play on the way. Here in the fourth, we will now get a chance to listen in to some of the timeout instructions from Coach Filippo.
Sofia, facciamo 42, che è l'uscita di Valeria. Ok, vai. 42. No, vai qua, vai qua.
So just a quick timeout to get things set up here. Their 6-on-5 look, and Italy knows this one not likely to go their way, but they have two more important games ahead. And yes, teams came here with hopes of winning a medal, but this is also a big part of preparation for the World Aquatics World Championships next month in Japan. And so every little opportunity here helps to kind of build your team ahead of these big events. If you were down in a game and you felt like you weren't going to win it, was it annoying to you to have to call a timeout and set something up? Do you want to just kind of be done with it?
Not when the option or the opportunities to practice these players are so few and far between. This is a great opportunity to practice a play that I'm sure they've run a million times against their own defense. So see what happens against Spain here.
And it was a field block. That was Paula Layton getting her body in the way of that one. Took the left shoulder and got in front of that shot. As we have 3 minutes to play. Espark working inside, almost put that up over the top. Gets it back. That was Bancelli with the stop. We're going to have a consultation here with the scorers table. As if there was a clock reset issue. It may have gone back to 30, but it should have gone back to 20 on what I believe was ruled an offensive rebound on the Espark try inside. So it looks like they've sorted that out. Got the shot clock to 17 to account for the 3 seconds that have run off. .240 remaining, fourth quarter. This one decided here for Spain. Our first two quarterfinals, decisive efforts here. Shot clock to 2, big knockdown. That's an ordinary, but here's a shot try. And then an exclusion, interference after the ordinary. That was going to be a difficult shot from about 7 meters. Instead, Spain will get a power play with 2:20 to go.
That is that savvy play I was talking about at the beginning of the game. She knew if she could get that extra ejection, they have the ball for another 20 seconds, and that's what they need. They need the ball in their hand, not in Italy's hand.
Garcia watches her try, tipped out. Bancelli adds another save. Still on the advantage for the moment. I love seeing the game within the game, right? These little veteran moves, kind of drawing someone into your trap. Advantage over, bar down, and Micah Garcia. Only a matter of time before one of the game's best centers would come calling, and she connects right as that power play ended. And as you mentioned, Cody, just because this is her first goal doesn't mean she hasn't had an impact the whole day. Anytime you hear about a team taking on Spain, there are conversations about, well, what do we do with Micah at 2 meters, right? And so she was even able to have a big effect here without the goals scored, just drawing a crowd.
Yep, and that's the funny thing about water polo is you always look at the stat sheet for who played the best game or who had the biggest impact, but a lot of the time it's the things going on that you might not notice that is allowing these players to open up and get goals and things like that.
Yeah,
she does a great job.
And she can take a breather now knowing this one is in the bag with 1:45 to play. Her 2-meter counterpart, Paula Layton, will be excluded. Italy will go up on the advantage again. Shot clock to 5, and again, they won't get a shot off. So that'll be a talking point for sure tonight at the hotel for Coach Filippo and the Italian squad. Fantastic work drawing opportunities. 14 drawn power plays, only 3 conversions, and a couple of those never even getting a shot off.
Yeah, this Spanish defense is, I mean, if you're attacking it offensively, I feel like the word composure is the name of the game. You cannot be ruffled when they're stunting at you from all angles and they're trying to get you to get the ball out of your hand, and then the clock runs out, and they're doing a great job of it. But I think watching film, Italy is going to be pretty frustrated.
And to add to their frustration, they had a turnover, but then Ariadna Ruiz gets tangled up with Julia Villacava. The offensive called in transition, and now more offense here for Spain as we fall under a minute to go here in the 4th. The field block. Palmati swats that one away, but it stays with Spain. This is what they've wanted to do, take as much time off the clock as possible. Shot clock to 10. Entry in, tipped away. That was Palmati coming up with the steal. It's back to Bancelli, and that is all in this one. Just 18 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Final looks here for Italy. 10 seconds left and counting now as Bettini works. Clock to 4. Bianconi from distance. Just punched out by Layton. And that is a fitting way to end this one. A defensive thud puts a close on this battle between Italy and Spain. The Spaniards take it to Italy 12-5. They jump out in front 2-0. Italy ties the game there at 2. They build a 3-goal lead. Italy battles back once more, and then Spain took it to another gear defensively, limited the opportunities for this Italian team. Despite, as we said, 14 power play chances, Italy only converts on 3 of those. What's the most impressive defensive thing you saw from Spain in this? Is it the power play defense, counterattack D, something else?
I think their 5-on-6, their power play defense was outstanding. I mean, there were, I don't have the stat, but a lot of those 5-on-6 or 6-on-5s, they didn't even get a shot off, which never happens in this at this level. So they should be really confident in that. I mean, they hope they don't have to play a lot of 5-man, but if they do have to in the coming weekend, I think they should be feeling pretty good about that.
Is there a part of the defense that'll say, that's great, but we shouldn't have been in that situation 14 times?
Yes, 100%. That's what the coaches are going to say.
As you look at some of the final numbers here, Spain also wins all the sprints, including a pivotal one that canceled out a power play try. Italy had won a power play. Talking about these exclusions where they never got a shot off, that was one of them. They drew an exclusion at the end of a quarter, didn't win the sprint to start the next quarter, and it was just all part of a testament of the way Spain was able to pull away in this one. We look at the offensive numbers, and for Italy, as you mentioned, the offense just never really came. Sofia Giustini had 2, but for Spain, 4 big goals from Elena Ruiz, and then they built around that. Paula Layton had those back-breaking goals at the end of the 3rd quarter, 2 in a row, including that redirect as time just about expired. Due to the fork of the left, he came early. And let's hear it from our player of the game. It'll be the keeper, Martina Tedder, who played so well in cage, limiting this offense to 5 goals. So for Cody Roberts, Greg Meskel signing off for now. We'll hear from our player of the game, from coaches, and more.
Martina, congratulations. You are the player of the game. A clear win. I think until the halftime it was quite close, but then you opened the gap. What was the difference in the 3rd and the 4th quarter?
Well, we know that Italy is a tough game. Every time we play is so difficult to win against Italy. So we know that our power is obviously defense, and we need to be so close in the defense to be better in the attack. So that's what we play today. We are good in defense. We were close because they are good too. So, but then we win the game because of the defense, I think.
Yeah, I also think so. It was very tough. Also, there were lots of blocks in front of you. Now you are getting more and more dominant in the goal of Spain. How you understand yourself with the team? I mean, you are a very young player, but do you feel comfortable in the goal as now maybe the first goalkeeper?
Yes, I feel so comfortable with my teammates. Also, they block a lot, so it's so grateful for me to have them in the water. Also, the other goalkeeper, Laura, is so good with me, and she always helped me, and my coach. And also, we train a lot to block and to understand ourselves with the teammates, and this is how we do and how we practice. I think it's good, but that's it. We need to still train and practice more to be better.
Now you were really excellent, so really congratulations. For the tournament, just one more question. What do you expect, not the team, but maybe for yourself? What is your goals now in the last two games, or the next two games?
Just be good with myself, can help with the team with my blogs and with my appearance here, and then be more comfortable to play for the World Championship.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. So Miki, congratulations. First game here in the World Cup final. I would say from outside it was a clear win, but maybe you see this a bit differently from the bench.
Well, yeah, exactly. From the bench, we see the things differently. Anyway, I think we've been doing very well in defense today, with Martina, doing also very well. And with this, if you play very, very well in defense, it's much more easy to win the game, no?
Martina also said that the big difference between Italy and Spain was the defense. But also in the second quarter it was equal. So I think it was 4-4 or something. It was very close. Did you change something in the tactics, or how could you make such a big difference in the second half?
Well, no, I think we've been doing more or less the same tactics. But it was important also that in attack we found the goal of the Italian team. We've been doing good shoots, and we opened a hole in the score, so that was very important for us.
In a tournament, especially in a women's tournament, but also men's tournament, but the women's tournament, Spain is always the favorites, or one of the favorites to get the trophy. Here there are only 3 days, very tough opponents. Is this tournament important for you, or just a preparation for the World Championships?
Well, it's a World Cup. Of course, it's important, and is on the way to the World Championship. And we want to make every step, and in this way, we're going to do it very well. So, and about what you say before about favorites and everything, well, I think favorites are here: USA, Netherlands, Hungary, also Italy, even Greece or Spain. The level is very similar between us. USA, the last 15 years, it's been a little bit on the top, and the rest of us, more or less, same level.
What is the key to beat USA? Maybe here in this tournament in front of the home crowd.
Everybody wants to beat the USA. So, of course, I don't know if we will play against them, but of course, if we play them, we will try for sure.
Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the days. Thank you.
Marta Bianconi. Number 9 in the captain, Valeria. Number 3, adding Espar Laquette. And she puts it away for the goal. Deep pass goes down, that's Reese. Works through the cage. And slams it in for the goal, number 7. Fires the shot. Arletta winds up, finds the back of the net. Forca and from the outside. Bianconi winds up, fires the lob, and nails. Daniel takes the pass. Escar walks it in, winds up, and he races in. The ring drops, and Espar gets to the top to Cosi. Shot from the outside. Brings it up, they cross the ball over. And the shot bars out. Walk back to Luis. Pops it in, and number 12. Walk back to Luis. Pops it in, and number 12. In the period. And the redirect, good for the goal. As they race in. Fight for possession. Connects over, Espar. Into the post. Both teams are back to full strength. And the pass is